One of the surprise phone na nakuha natin for 2025. And this is the first ever gaming phone na nilabas ni Honor under Honor GT. I didn't really expect na si Honor or si Huawei na maglabas ng mga gaming phones kasi they have been there so long and never ako nakakita ng gaming phone. Mostly mga camera phones or mga tough na phones from Honor. But this is going to be the first one. Powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with a 5,300 mAh silicon carbon battery, and it supports up to 100 watts of fast charging. AMOLED display with 120Hz of screen refresh rate, and magugulat kayo sa presyo once sinabi ko sa inyo after yung unboxing. So don't skip this video and watch until the end. Now ito si Honor GT na may 12 gigs of RAM and 256 GB storage. Magugulat ka sa kanyang presyo. I got this as low as 18,900 pesos, which I'll post the link on the description box below. Now, talking about its price, this is easily the cheapest na Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Isipin mo si Poco F7 Pro, makukuha mo pa around mga 27,000 pesos. And there are other rivals sa mga 8 Gen 3, which is nowhere near nasa 18 to 19,000 pesos. This is easily the cheapest one. Now, syempre, first generation na gaming phone ni Honor. Alamin natin no, kung sulit nga bang yung 18,900 pesos dito on this phone. Taking a quick look at sa kanyang design, it looks really nice, no? Honestly, I love yung design ni GT more than yung GT Pro. Kakalabas ng GT Pro, medyo hindi ko masyado gusto yung kanyang itsura. This one looks more of a game-centric phone. Maganda yung kanyang pagkagawa dito and makita mo ang GT logo is here. Though wala naman siya mga special na lighting effects na RGB dito kasi, of course, it's their first generation. But I love yung kanyang two-tone touch dito. Very simple pero maganda naman siyang tingnan as a gaming phone. Now, ang likod dito is plastic back. We also have a plastic frames. And ang kanyang glass protection, I think, is a Rhino glass na protection ni Honor. One of the good things na gusto ko dito sa kanya is solid naman feel sa aking kamay, which I think is probably going to be one of the things na to consider dito sa gaming phone ni Honor. And another thing to consider din dito sa kanya is quite thin ang kanyang bezel and quite symmetrical din all throughout the phone. Now, itong phone na ito comes in 3 colors. Meron siyang black, meron siyang white, and meron din siyang green. I think yung white yung pinaka-premium looking sa kanila. Now, like I said, this one is being powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is just simply one step older than the 8 Elite. Nakakuha siya ng 1.86 million points dito sa Antutu benchmark. Ito naman ang kanyang breakdown score. 4,500 ang kanyang loop score, and nakakuha siya ng 53% na stability. Ito ang kanyang CPU benchmark score sa Geekbench. Ito naman sa kanyang GPU benchmarking score. Very rocky ang kanyang thermals and it throttled to 71% ng kanyang best performance. And some additional info, level 3 ang kanyang wideband security level dito. And itong phone na ito, pretty much malaki naman kanyang battery. 5,300 mAh na silicon carbon. And siguro yung GT Pro mas malaki at 7,200. But yung price niya is quite hefty at around mga 35,000 to 36,000 pesos. I think this one is going to be the runaway phone para sa Honor na GT series. Masyadong malayo na ang presyo ni Pro. Now, another good thing naman dito is that this one supports 100 watts na Honor Supercharge, which can charge this phone up to 60% in just 10 minutes. And overall, pag chinarge mo from 0 to 100, it takes at around mga less than 30 minutes to complete the full charging cycle. Now, kung ako naman tatanungin mo kung kaya naman magtagal to ng one whole day, I would tell you, no problem, kaya naman niya as long as hindi ka babad sa gaming and hindi ka babad na to take videos all day long, walang problema, one whole day. Nung sinalang ko to sa PCMark na battery stress test, okay, 15 hours ang nakuha ko na screen on time dito sa kanya, and this is tested under 50% brightness and 60 Hz na screen refresh rate. Now, pag-usapan naman natin ang kanyang display. This one has a 6.7-inch na AMOLED display with 1 billion colors and 120 Hz of screen refresh rate. Maximum brightness niya is 4,000 nits. And surprisingly, this one has a 91% na screen-to-body ratio dahil sa nipis ng kanyang bezels. One of the things to like naman dito sa kanya, if you're browsing naman on your favorite social, maganda naman na experience ko dito. I did try to use Facebook, Instagram, and of course, si TikTok. Swiping on this phone gives me a really good experience dahil sa kanang high refresh rate. And if you're watching videos about on YouTube, expect naman to give you a good immersive experience naman dahil sa tingkad na ng kanang colors and sharp naman ng mga videos na pinapanood ko. So definitely, it's going to give you a good experience. One downside, level 3 lang ang kanang Wi-Fi security level. So you cannot watch HD on this one sa Netflix. Now, siguro one of the things na gusto nyo yung tanong din sa akin dito is that ano ang IP rating niya. This one has a IP65 na rating sa kanyang dust and water resistance. So, meaning, it's just yung mga wisik, talsik ng tubig, ng ulan, hindi mo to pwede ihulog or ibabad sa tubig. Napag-usapan na natin ka ng gaming. This one has its own dedicated na game manager. Makita mo dito sa kanya, which lahat ng gusto mong gawin, pwede mong gawin dito on this phone. Pwede ka mag-game boost, pwede mag-FPS boost dito sa boot na ito. Kung tatanungin mo sa akin kung meron itong bypass charging, easy ka lang kasi this is the first ever gaming phone ni Honor. Wala pang bypass charging dito. So since this is a gaming phone, I played 4 titles dito: Firelight 84, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, and Wuthering Waves. Pagdating sa Firelight 84, I was able to put it to a high graphical settings. In-enjoy ko tong game na ito. I was expecting na well, hindi naman siguro ganun kaganda pang performance dito. But I was wrong kasi sobrang okay ang gaming experience dito sa Firelight 84. And medyo naaliw ako sa kanya. So I did play an hour and a half dito on several VR matches. And almost lahat ng games pinanalo ko. No? To my surprise, the gameplay was really good. Smooth naman siya. Wala ko na feel the frame drops dito sa kanya. And one thing to like dito sa kanya is quite nice and solid naman ang kanyang sounds. The touch response was really good. And pinakamainit na inabot niya dito is 44 degrees Celsius. Pagdating sa Genshin Impact, sagaran din ang graphical settings na nilagay natin. And honestly, the gameplay was really good. Kahit mag-clash ka on a certain point na maraming kalaban, kayang-kaya niya, walang problema. Siguro meron ako na feel na kunting frame drops along the way, pero sobrang minor lang at hindi mo siya masyadong mapapansin. Lalo na kung medyo exciting na yung laban, hindi mo talaga siya mapapansin. And one good thing dito sa kanya is magandang kanyang graphics. And to my surprise, the sound was really great. Pinakamainit na inabot ko after 30 minutes of gameplay, 47 degrees Celsius. Call of Duty Mobile, easily all high settings kaya ko i-set dito sa kanya. And what more can I say? Wala ka naman maging problema talaga dito sa game na ito. Dahil hindi naman siya matako sa graphics, expect mo to give you a good graphical experience dito, magandang kanyang sound, magandang kanyang touch response, and wala ka mafe-feel na lags din naman dito sa kanya. And after 30 minutes of gameplay, surprisingly, 46 degrees Celsius. Pagdating kay Wuthering Waves, sinagad-sagad ko rin ang kanyang graphics, and this time, medyo uminit na siya. One good thing dito sa kanya is wala akong masyado na feel na frame drops dito sa kanya, and halos wala akong na feel din na lags along the way. And talagang grabe bakbakan dito sa game na ito. Dito ko na-test kung bibitaw ba siya o hindi, lalo pa nagka-clash na at maraming kalaban. Wala namang na feel na heavy na frame drops dito sa kanya. Meron siguro minor, pero halos negligible lang kung hindi mo siya papansinin ng husto. Mabilis na ka ng touch response sa screen when you're tapping, and of course maganda rin ka ng sounds. Like I said, medyo mainit siya at 49 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Now, pag-usapan natin right now is yung kanyang camera. Despite being a gaming phone, gusto natin malaman kung gaano ka-okay ang kanyang camera performance. 50MP na main camera sensor with OIS and a 12MP na ultra-wide lens with up to 112 degrees of field of view. This one can shoot you up to 4K and 60, and a 16MP na front-facing camera which can shoot you up to 1080p and 60 FPS. Now, being said, this is the first ever na gaming phone na nilabas ni Honor, si Honor GT. Now, gusto lang natin i-check ang kanyang camera performance. Now, checking this simple shot sa mga bato. And honestly, pag zoom in mo, I see a lot of details naman dito sa kanya, which is pretty nice and pretty solid. And pag tinignan mo naman tong flower na ito, it looks really nice, no? Maganda ka ng pagka-orange and kitang-kita mo lahat ng mga details dito sa kanya. Now, if you're checking mga greens naman, okay ka ng green, though it's a little bit saturated, pero hindi naman siya OA ang kanang saturation. Taking some orchid shot naman, well, medyo mas pinkish in actual siya, pero medyo mas whitish siya kundi dito sa photo na ito. But itong mga flower na ito looks really nice and solid na ganang color. I love it. Pati itong purple na ito looks pretty nice and good. Now, tinry naman natin gamitin ng ultra wide lens. This is how it looks like. 1 times, 2 times, and zooming all the way to 10 times. Hindi na siya ganun kalinaw. After 10 times zoom, makita mo masyado na siyang pixelated. Now, if we move indoor for some food photography, expect naman na maganda naman makukuha mo dito naman sa kanya. And trying to take some food shot naman dito, I was really amazed, no, na still kahit focus ni Honor dito ang gaming, but hindi naman niya iniwanan ang kanyang camera performance. Tingnan, look at some of this footage na nakuha natin. Looks pretty nice naman. Hindi lang siya ganun ka ganda kasing tingkad na ibang mga Honor na flagship or mid-range nila which focus more on the camera. But nevertheless, okay naman ang mga shots na naman nakuha ko dito. And kung product photography na pag-uusapan natin, wala ka rin naman magiging problema dito sa kanya. Okay naman siya. Taking some apparel shot, mukhang okay naman siya. Wala akong naging problema dito sa kanya. Looks quite dramatic. And pati itong shield ni Captain America looks quite okay as well. Now kapag selfie camera naman pag-uusapan natin, looks quite okay. Though hindi siya ganun ka-sharp tingnan and medyo na-filter out ko ang aking mukha by default. Makita mo no, less yung mga craters, medyo mas pino mukha ko. But nevertheless, maganda naman at maaliwalas naman nakuha dito sa mukha ko. Though medyo pag zoom in mo, makita mo medyo mas soft siya. Equally said din pag indoor, mapapansin mo medyo soft na siya on most of these photos na na-capture natin. But I like the way how this camera captures groupie photos. Okay siya, sharp naman. Pag ginagamit mo ka ng front-facing camera while walking, hindi naman siya ganun katagtag. Though the quality isn't really that great if you're taking a look at it. And if you're using ganun rear camera, not bad ang ganung quality. Still good, solid naman ang ganung capture. And one thing na napansin ko is hindi siya matagtag. Yo guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa Honor GT? By the way guys, this is a China ROM phone. Hindi siya available locally. But mabibili mo naman to on the links that I'll provide on the description box below. One of the things na napansin ko dito sa kanya is that solid siya. Probably the only thing na hindi ko masyadong nagustuhan dito sa kanya is kanya front-facing camera, which is hindi ganun kaganda ang kuha niya. But of course, this is a gaming phone. Most of the gamers wala mapakay sa kanyang camera. Pero yung rear camera can quite perform. Gaming experience quite good dito sa kanya. It can play all of the AAA games na binato ko sa kanya. Though siguro medyo mainit lang siya and umaabot siya as hot as 49 degrees Celsius, which I suggest na maglagay kayo ng phone cooler just to cool it down faster. One of the things na gusto ko dito sa kanya is definitely yung kanyang itsura. And kung mamumblema ka na China ROM siya, walang Google Play Store, diyan ka nagkakamali, mabilis ang lagyan ng Google Play Store. Pasok ka lang sa Honor App Market, type mo lang Google Play Store, update, and you're done. Another upside dito is makunat ka ng battery. And one of the downsides siguro for a gamer is wala siyang bypass charging. But I don't take it against Honor kasi this is their first ever gaming phone. Now, meron akong maliit na downside na natuklasan dito sa Honor GT, which is hindi siya nakakaabot ng 5G dito on both Globe and Smart. So dito kaya niya, dahil siguro sa bandwidth na ginagamit ng network natin, wala dito sa phone na ito. Ayun guys, so tinanong 4G pareho on Globe and Smart. Sad lang. But for me, honestly, it's not too much of a deal breaker dahil dito sa atin 5G, mahina pa rin naman eh. Goods na ang LTE. Nakakaabot naman siya ng 4G plus dito. So kayo guys, bibilin niyo ba to Honor GT? Sobrang beefy ang kanyang specs and nasa 18,900 pesos. I think wala kang talo dito sa phone na ito. Abang na kayo ng mga sale, might drop as low as 18,500. Pero sa 18,900 pesos, wala kang talo dito sa phone na ito. Ako na personally nagsasabi sa inyo. So kung gusto niyo malaman kung saan ko binili ito, I'll post the link on the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to share it to your friends. And a quick sub is definitely awesome. I'll see you in my next video.